combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can travel your heart and our dreams. And they're made of real things, like a shoebox of photograph, recipients all love it. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart. Like, why are we here and where do we go and how come it's so hard? And it's not always easy and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we look at the stars when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. And all these moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight. And I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings and bring new things for tomorrow night. You see that they'll be gone too. Too many things I have to do. But all of these dreams might find their way into my day-to-day scene. I'll be under the impression I was somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. And so many things we got to do, places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Ooh, we're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. And I believe in memories, they look so pretty when I sleep. And 8 hours when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time, there is no song I could sing, and there is no combination of words I could say, but I'm still, I tell you what, they were better together. Ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. My best friends, I'll see you guys again. Better, we're better together. Better together. Better together.
We are here to do sacred business, to perform a rite of passage that celebrates a milestone for the Tabor community and consecrates the class of 2020 to lives that fulfill the ideals of this school. Ecclesiastes says that there is a time for everything, and this is a time for celebration. A time for laughter, optimism, fond memory. A time for gratitude, inspiration, and hope. A time of praise for the class's abiding commitment to and compassion for each other and the wider world. It's a time of pride in those hard-won achievements that required perseverance, conviction, and trust. Still, before we can fully focus upon the class of 2020, we must take a moment and to recognize the paradoxes, ironies, and tragedies in which we currently live. I speak of togetherness in isolation. The separation this class has endured during the past 2 months has knit them closer to each other and to our school. COVID-19 has and will continue to have tragic individual consequences. And at the same time, it has sharpened our awareness of our interdependence and the grace that abounds in service to others. At this hour, it must be our duty to charge our graduates and ourselves to lives that fulfill the ideals of this school. May the diplomas received today consecrate our graduates to lives of service, virtue, and high achievement. May they seek the things that last: goodness, wisdom, and trust. May we, with and through them, create a just, peaceful, and equitable world.
Thank you, Anne. Class of 2020, proud parents, students, faculty, family, friends, and alumni. Welcome to our first ever virtual celebration of seniors. This is a special moment in the history of Tabor Academy and in the history of our world. Never before have we not been able to gather together to share stories, hugs, well wishes, and even cigars on our beautiful campus. Yet, still today, we are here to share this milestone with people we love sitting right next to us in our own homes, looking into our eyes either in person or through video, holding our hands or our hearts near and far. Nothing, not even a global pandemic, can diminish the sentiments we have for one another. The congratulations we offer to the class of 2020, the pride, the respect, the admiration, and the love we have for our students, our sons, our daughters, our grandchildren, our teachers, and our friends. Please take a moment to look around at the people who are physically sitting with you today, and pause to think of those who are not there in person, but who are certainly sharing this moment with you in spirit. I'd like to ask you especially, the seniors, to thank those who have helped bring you to this moment. Your parents, your guardians, your families, and yes, even your siblings. Be sure to tell them how grateful you are for them and for the unconditional love they have shown you, for providing you with this Tabor experience, and for being a consummate support along the way. Thank you, parents, on behalf of the entire faculty and staff. Your partnership with us and your unwavering support of our school allow us to do the kind of work we do with and for your children, and we certainly love what we do. Finally, special thanks to the faculty and the staff. Your care for our students and commitment to this school have been remarkable, especially during these trying times. Thank you for all you've done on behalf of all your students, for being an incredible resource to them, and for the difference you have made in the lives of so many. And now, let us celebrate, let us rejoice, and let us share in this extraordinary moment as a Tabor community, all atato. We began this story, the story of the 2019-2020 academic year, in September, introducing ourselves to one another, becoming oriented to the community of learners we are and excited for what lie ahead. Each of us passed through big events on campus, like the opening of school, Tabor Day, Family Weekend, and even Grandparents' Day in different ways. Some performed on stage, others shot on a goal. Some played an instrument or created a piece of art, while still others were spectators or audience members. But no matter the role, all of us cheered one another on to be our best. We supported each other through some of our very best times, and yes, even through some of the worst. We covered our campus with hearts, built a new terrace, and painted rocks to place under a tree, each reminding us of what it means to be a Tabor Seawolf forever. Each of us has moved about this Tabor story in different ways, making choices and decisions about how we want our own page to be written. And leading us through these pages has been the great class of 2020. To the entire student body, I say thank you. I am proud of all you have accomplished throughout this year. As you head off into your summer routines, know that you have written your page well, carefully crafting the thesis, supporting paragraphs, and conclusion. And I am excited for you to begin writing your next page in the fall, after a bit of a break, of course. This page today, May 29th, is about the class of 2020. They have written a great chapter, a chapter that has ended in a far different way than each of them, the authors, expected to write. And though the words are not exactly what they would have originally chosen, they have written eloquently and with optimism. All year long, we have looked to this great class for inspiration. We have set the bar high and have watched them leap over it time and time again, and gracefully. We have admired them for moving through their transformative years, challenging one another to be their best, remaining supportive of one another, and for being their authentic selves. Indeed, we have had the privilege of watching them transform into amazing humans. For all you have done for us, for each other, and for your school, we thank you, we congratulate you, and we wish you all the best as you turn the page and begin your own next chapter. Although some of your handwriting will be messy at times, we know in the end you will write a beautiful story, and we cannot wait to read it. As the class of 2020 prepares to embark on their own adventures, I'd like to take a moment to recognize two Tabor pillars who are also beginning new chapters in their own lives. Mr. David Pierce has served Tabor well since his arrival in 1973. 47 years of service. 47! As David himself would say, it just blows my mind. Over the years, David has served as a physics and astronomy teacher, science department chair, house parent, track and riflery coach, and mentor, to name just a few. Most recently, David has served as our school historian and is currently writing Tabor's history from 1960 to present day. But it is David's desire to connect with his students and colleagues beyond the content of classwork that I will, miss the most. From country music to historic photos and old movies and quotes, David has brought so much joy to us. Our best to you as you ride into the Vermont sunset upon that John Deere tractor, states away, but always near to our hearts. Thank you for your service, David. Captain James Guile arrived to Tabor in 1985 to serve as Master of Tabor Boy and a teacher of nautical science. All who have served with CAP recognize him for his leadership development of young people, his tremendous skill in handling Tabor Boy, and his wealth of maritime knowledge and tradition. Serving in this unique role, CAP has sailed Tabor Boy many thousands of miles with countless student crew. I will always be grateful for his willingness to share Tabor Boy with the new faculty cohorts year to year, inviting them aboard for their first event at Tabor. What an introduction to our beautiful school. We wish you our very best, CAP, but know we'll be seeing you around, either in our seaside town of Marion or out in the harbor or bay aboard your Typhoon. Thank you, CAP, for your 35 years of service to our school. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Martinetti, Chair of the Tabor Academy Board of Trustees, to share his own thoughts.
Thank you, Mrs. Salit, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of our Board of Trustees and Trustees Emeriti, welcome to our first ever and only celebration of seniors, a remote graduation. And congratulations to the class of 2020. I assure you, yours is a class that will never be forgotten. The board joins me in hoping that all of you graduating seniors, your families and friends, are safe and well. And we want you to know that our thoughts and prayers are with you and the entire Tabor Academy community at this time. Our nation and our world have been called upon to make significant sacrifice as we together seek to overcome the challenges of a global pandemic. This sacrifice comes in many forms. Among them is our inability to be together to celebrate the many accomplishments of the class of 2020 in person. We do, however, welcome you to campus at any time, as you are now a part of the Tabor family forever. Typically, my remarks on behalf of the board enumerate our many accomplishments on behalf of Tabor, and this year there have been many. Today, however, I would like to focus on the incredible work undertaken by Acting Head of School Julie Salit, Associate Heads Eileen Marceau and Stephen Sanford, and their amazing leadership team, department heads, deans, and outstanding faculty, as they, with the support of the board, have turned their attention to the needs of our many constituencies in providing the best possible remote learning experience, in ensuring we have command of the challenging financial realities we face as a school. Our crisis management team has undertaken the challenge of a wide range of decision-making with little or no time for normal consideration, and have done it exceptionally well. Our staff has maintained our beautiful campus as if you were all arriving tomorrow. You would be proud to see it. I'm pleased to report that we are succeeding on all fronts and that Tabor is well managed and continues to be strong. We have every reason to believe that our school will emerge from this period of time as exceptional an institution as it entered it. In fact, we have taken on new capabilities that will serve us well into the future as we set our sights on our 150th anniversary in 2026. In closing, I would like all of you extraordinarily bright and accomplished graduates, your supportive and committed families and friends, to know that you are an inspiration for our board to pursue our lofty ambitions on behalf of this great school. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Martinetti, trustees and trustees emeriti. And now, I invite you all to enjoy our three-part video tribute to our seniors, as well as hear from our two exceptional co-heads of school for this 2019-2020 academic year, Jack LeBrun and Fiona Moore. I'd like to personally thank Jack, Fiona, and the senior class officers, Emma Quirk and Brandon Sherman, for our weekly Wednesday lunches, for your ongoing positivity and optimism, and especially for your leadership of your class and your school. From movie nights to class meetings to helping in the planning of today, you have been strong, resilient, caring, and kind. Yours has not been an easy task, but you have surely done well. On behalf of the entire faculty and student body, I say thank you. And to Jack and Fiona, we look forward to hearing your thoughts and reflections today. Enjoy.
You should understand this is more than a race, so I won't mind the sweat pouring down my face. This has never been about my place, but I'll finish strong, yeah, I'll finish strong. I don't run for trophies or for time. We all have our battles and this is mine. Even in the dark you'll see me shine. Then you'll know, then you'll know that I won't stop till I cross that line. You won't hold me back this time. There's no doubt that could rule me out. I say it loud, you hear me shout. I won't stop till I cross that line. I've been in the fire, I've been on the run. I've been in the rain underneath the sun. And ever since this race has begun, I've taken it all, I've beat the odds. People in the crowd, they don't understand. It's hard for them to see the bigger plan. Even when they doubt, I know I can. And I'll finish strong, yeah, I'll finish strong. And I won't stop till I cross that line. You won't hold me back this time. There's no doubt that could rule me out. I say it loud, you hear me shout. I won't stop till I cross that line. So hold your head up, and we'll make it there, we'll make it there. Yeah, let go of all your fears, of all your fears. Hold your head up, and we'll make it there, we'll make it there. Hold your head up, and we'll make it there, oh, we'll make it. I won't stop till I cross that line. You won't hold me back this time. There's no doubt that could rule me out. I say it loud, you'll hear me shout. Oh, I won't stop till I cross that line. No, I won't stop till I cross that line.
Hello, everyone. I hope you and your families are staying happy and healthy. My name is Jack LeBrun, and I am honored to speak with you today. When a baseball player gets a new glove, it is like a kid in a candy store. The smell of the rich, brand new leather fills your nose. The bright colors excite your eyes, and the craftsmanship makes any player eager to use it. Unfortunately, it is nearly impossible to use right away, as it is very firm and troublesome to close. In order to make it usable, you have to take the time to mold it. Starting as a new student at Tabor is similar to getting a new glove. Everything is unknown. New people, new surroundings, new food, and undiscovered opportunities. To make the most of our experience, It is our job to put our hand in and mold the glove to our own personal fit. For me, I first put my hand in the glove freshman year when our class took a trip to the Great Wolf Lodge. We had to participate in orientation activities, and I was nervous about starting at a new school. But after that weekend, I felt a sense of belonging and knew that if I put forth the effort, this community would be someplace special. As you grow and mature over time, the glove begins to fit better. You have to stay vigilant and oil the glove to soften the leather, wrap it in different ways so that it becomes more flexible, and play catch consistently for it to become game ready. My leather softened every time I sat in the BB with friends, enjoying one another's company over humorous, lighthearted conversations. My laces relaxed when I asked a classmate for help on the homework problem, and them giving me their time and energy without hesitation. My glove broke in every time my peers encouraged me to try something new and test my comfort zone. I joined the musical, put myself out there for leadership opportunities, and played the game that I love. By the time senior year arrives, the glove is essentially perfect. It is soft on the outside, easy to close, and comfortable to use every day. After all of the time and dedication put in, the glove fits our hands, well, like a glove. We all know which faculty members make us feel special. We know which of our peers can help us with any issue. We know what days to go to the dining hall or to order takeout. And we know the quickest routes to get to class or back for dorm check-in. Whether it be on the field, in the classroom, on stage, in the studio, or everyday conversation, we all did our part to contribute to this community. And even when things interrupted our year, and there were plenty of things, we became an even stronger class. The great pitcher Nolan Ryan once said, "One of the beautiful things about baseball is that every once in a while, you come into a situation where you want to, and where you have to, reach down and prove something. And we, the class of 2020, really did prove that we have the resilience to do anything." Over time, the glove begins to wear down. Your hands grow too big, and the glove can only do so much now. After years of high school, our time here at Tabor has run its course. For some of you, this may be exciting, as a new glove will provide an opportunity to shape your next journey. Others may be nervous, as shaping a new glove means starting over once again. However you may feel, know that you have the tools to break in the next glove because of what you have accomplished here. But for today, let us appreciate the game we have played while at Tabor. I would like to thank all of our biggest fans, whether that be our friends, teachers, and especially our families. Thank you for encouraging us throughout this amazing adventure. To my mom and dad, thank you for everything. I love you. Our time may be wrapping up here at the Academy, but the good thing about baseball is there are extra innings, and I look forward to celebrating with all of your smiling faces in person. Seniors, this is not what we planned for or deserved, but no matter how the glove fits, I am certain the class of 2020 can catch anything that comes our way. It has been an absolute honor to be your head of school this year. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Fiona Moore and I'm one of the co-heads of school this year. I hope you're all doing well and I just wanted to say thank you for being here. My mom is an artist, photographer, and I would deem her a film enthusiast. When the 5 Point Film Festival first began in Carbondale, Colorado, my family was first in line. 5 Point is an adventure film festival based in my town that was built on 5 pillars of character. These pillars are humility, balance, purpose, respect, and commitment. They have been ingrained in my mind year after year and become more applicable to my life every day. Today, these values are particularly on my mind, and I'd like to talk about how they have been incorporated into our Tabor experience. Over the last 4 years, the class of 2020 has been working to build our foundations for the next chapters of our lives. Most of us began our journey as a 14-year-old, eager to fit in. Our purpose here was still unclear. When we begin high school or join a new community, the culture shock forces us to look for ways in which we belong with the people around us. Throughout our 4 years, our eagerness to please has faded as we've all grown more comfortable in our own skin. We have found our purposes. Yet, we are about to go through this stage again as we all join new communities. This cycle of being a novice as we were to becoming an expert as we are is never ending, and soon we will be hit by many new learning curves. Throughout our time at Tabor, we have been encouraged to fail, to be uncomfortable, to push ourselves, and to utilize our resources. Our commitment to overcoming challenges has been demonstrated time and time again. We've been committed to self-growth and conquered each task we set our minds to. We know not to give up, as all of us have overcome different insecurities, fears, and changes. When I walked into the Black Box Theater for the first time my junior year, I was hit with the challenge of gaining self-understanding, or having humility. As we practiced with beginner acting games, I was completely out of my element. I was constantly messing up and repeating the phrase, "I'm sorry," apologizing for my inability to represent myself the way that I had anticipated. Mr. Heavey's kind demeanor reminded me to be patient. I needed to shift my narrative from "I'm sorry" to "thank you for understanding." This mentality switch has allowed me to employ self-empathy into my life and continue to grow. I attribute the skill of openly accepting constructive criticism like this to Tabor, and know that we all have the skills to accept change. Humility for myself is something that is constantly on my mind. For a very long time, I have been working to shift my mentality to favor confidence in order to apologize on behalf of myself less often. Although I'm still learning how to exercise it in my everyday life, Tabor ultimately has given me and the class of 2020 the tools to all become unapologetically ourselves. The Tabor community that we've all been raised in has pushed us to be greater than ourselves as well. We've learned how to balance our own responsibilities while meeting the needs of the community. Whether we struggle to balance social and academic life along the way, as I had coming from a Montessori education with very limited homework load, or we had to meet the demands of varsity sports or theater or arts while maintaining our schoolwork. One of the biggest challenges that I have faced in my time at Tabor is balancing my role of co-head of school with my anxiety around public speaking. I've always had an incredible fear of public speaking and actually managed to black out every single time I'm on stage. Despite this, I wish more than anything that I was on stage right now, rather than on your screen. Currently, we're all balancing our desire for a celebration with our concerns regarding public health, and it is so hard. Respect, the final pillar of 5 Point Film Festival, is often characterized as an earned trait. I believe it should first be given and then built upon. At Tabor, it is given candidly. My advisor, Mr. Cleary, has given me respect in the form of patience, acknowledgement, and care. I've frequently been found in his office as he listens to my nonsense, offers his advice, and then reminds me of my different strengths. My coaches and teachers approached my injury-prone self with honesty and patience as I worked with the trainers or challenged myself in the classroom. My mom and sister have invested their time in me, accepted me, and allowed me space to grow. My peers and I have respected each other through understanding that we all come from diverse places, circumstances, and lifestyles. I'd like to offer gratitude on behalf of the class of 2020 to everyone who has made a contribution to getting the senior class to where we are. We respect you all greatly, and thank you for respecting us as well. So, thank you, Tabor, for helping us discover our purposes. Thank you for teaching us what commitment is, for allowing us to practice humility, for the balance that you have enabled us to find, and for the respect that you have given us. I'd like to ask everyone listening to capitalize on these values and move forward with each one in mind. Tabor has hosted us in finding humility, balance, purpose, respect, and commitment within ourselves. We are ready for what's to come. On behalf of the class of 2020, thank you, Tabor Academy.
As each class graduates from Tabor Academy, the school awards a series of commencement prizes determined by the discussion and vote of the full faculty. In a class so filled with passion, talent, and promise, it is a daunting task to choose. Though we honor only a very small number of students with faculty prizes today, we are incredibly grateful to the entire class of 2020 for the indelible mark they have left, both on our school and in our hearts. The Alumni Award recognizes that student who, in the estimation of the faculty, embodies excellence in scholarship, intellectual drive, and academic distinction over the course of a Tabor career. Like most high-caliber students, this year's recipient dives into her work with a fierce hunger for mastery. She cares deeply about her results, but more importantly, it's so obvious how much she loves the learning. Found in the moments before math class, discussing the evening's homework with a classmate, in Spanish, just for extra practice, she expertly moves between disciplines. In her humility, she will shrug and claim she's just a plugger, but her teachers know better. She brings a goalkeeper's intensity and focus to every single academic endeavor. But she's never been just a hard worker. She is, in her math teacher's words, a top-tier mathematical mind. Knowing that, it would be easy to pigeonhole her as a quantitative kid, math science all the way, and frankly, she might agree with you. But it's not the whole truth. She's also artful with language and endlessly creative, a creativity that shines in everything from a math solution to an essay to a Spanish project to her lines of code. She may find comfort in the quant zone, but her performance here at Tabor has shown her to be intellectually far-ranging. In her quiet, often intense, occasionally goofy way, this powerfully driven young scholar has been the definition of academic excellence. This year's Alumni Award for Excellence in Scholarship goes to Christine Stiggy.
If ever you were looking for this young woman, you might find her on Duffy 3, taking shots against the goalkeepers. You might find her dribbling around a series of cones, or in a full sprint across the entire turf. And when she finishes that workout, you'd probably catch her sending a football through the uprights, just for kicks. From there, you could find her shooting free throws in the stone gym, or maybe dragging a lacrosse goal out to improve her game. She is tough, tenacious, unwilling to be beaten, and a true competitor, always seeking to improve her individual game. But she's far more than that. As her soccer coach said of her, what I find to be her biggest accomplishment is her humility. Whenever her successes are highlighted, she is quick to turn the attention to how none of that success is obtainable without her teammates. And she has certainly had success. Gatorade Massachusetts Player of the Year, Boston Globe All-Scholastic, All-USA First Team, 3-time All-American, and NEPSAC Class B champion after a clutch free kick goal sent the game into overtime, just to name a few. Did I mention she's also played for the U.S. women's national team? For her commitment to team, her unwavering competitive spirit, and her extraordinary talent, it is my pleasure to award the Female Award for Outstanding Contribution to Athletics to a truly unique competitor, Catherine "Cat" Berry. Intensity, positivity, physicality, and toughness are 4 words coaches use to describe our next award winner. This 3-sport athlete ranks among the top squash players in the ISL and in New England, and he will go on to play at the next level at Hobart. But his greatest contribution to squash at Tabor comes from his sportsmanship, team leadership, and competitive spirit, earning him the All-ISL Individual Sportsmanship Award and the respect of his teammates and his opponents. He is no different on the soccer pitch in the fall or the tennis courts in the spring. Watching this athlete give his all, diving to make a save in the soccer goal, powerfully thumping a forehand along the rail of a squash court, or lunging to reach a tennis ball before it bounced twice, was a treat for any spectator. Anyone who took this player on knew they were in for a battle. But he also kept the competition in perspective, becoming friends with players from other teams throughout his seasons. He is the player who thinks of the betterment of the team first. When called upon to serve, he fulfills the role without hesitation, with enthusiasm, and to the best of his ability. Indeed, every team of which he is a part is better with his presence and his contribution. In acknowledgement of his incredible talent as well as his heart, I am pleased to present this year's Male Award for Outstanding Contribution to Athletics to Omar Kiwan.
This student's tremendous impact on the soccer field often overshadows everything else she does here at Tabor. However, those who have seen her in action know that her strengths and contributions go well beyond soccer. Her gifts and talents are many, but it is the dedication, effort, and perseverance that she brings to each of her endeavors that make her shine. There is simply no halfway effort with her. A natural leader, she gains the trust and respect of her peers by setting a powerful example. Whether making connections in the dorm, staying after practice, perfecting a skill, coaching a few friends through a particularly tough problem set, working on I Am That Girl meetings and events, or showing off our campus as a head tour guide, she is always putting in the effort. On a team, in the dorm, in the classroom, she leads by example and sets the bar high for others, building community through her wholehearted participation and genuine enthusiasm. Presented to the senior, who has significantly contributed to the life of the school across multiple areas, I am pleased to present this year's Faculty Award for Outstanding Extracurricular Contribution to Catherine Barry.
The Jonathan A. Smith Award recognizes a senior for demonstrating leadership, character, and integrity in their words and deeds. If leadership is setting an example, if character is your inclination towards others, and if integrity is what you do when no one is watching, then this year's winner checks each of these boxes. Her leadership responsibilities are numerous. Senior class task co-president, task fundraiser, chapter head for I Am That Girl, SDLC participant, day proctor, tour guide. Consider these roles in their totality and what they show of this student's character. People trust her. She works hard at establishing relationships. She is unafraid to have a hard conversation or weigh in on challenging topics. She wants Tabor to be a more inclusive community. She has walked the halls of the school with humility and grace for 4 years. And all she has touched, she has been her authentic self since day one. Genuinely kind and caring, she notices people. She especially notices people when they are struggling, and there have been few students thanked so frequently by name in a student's chapel speech during her time here. She reaches out and connects when people need in, and in doing so, sets a powerful example for what it means to lead with character and to lead with integrity. She sees people, and so many people appreciate her for it. This year's Jonathan A. Smith Award is presented to Emma Quirk.
Frankly, there could be no other winner of the Lyndon Paul LaRusso Award this year than this particular young man. The ultimate award for community, this prize honors that student who, in the opinion of the faculty, demonstrates constant care and a willingness to help. It is no exaggeration to suggest that our winner this year is known to all, from freshmen right through the most tenured faculty member. He manages somehow to be everywhere all at once, greeting each of us by name as he passes us in the hall. Everyone here at Tabor is likely to have some memory of an interaction with him, and no doubt the memory is a positive one. His advisor has written of his unwavering goodwill. In his time here, he's become an exemplar for our community standards. Need a tour in the summertime? No problem. Student panel at the last minute? Done. Dance setup? He's already there. Just carrying something awkward and need somebody to hold the door? Of course. He is a bridge builder and a peacemaker. His endless optimism and willingness to extend himself to others in meaningful ways has truly been something that has helped bring our community together and make it stronger. In ways big and small, direct and indirect, he embodies care for others and commitment to our community. I am so pleased to present this year's Lyndon Paul LaRusso Award to Jack LeBrun.
The Head of Schools Award recognizes general excellence across multiple domains. But what exactly is excellence? This year's student's Tabor career sets a worthy example. He has inhabited traditional leadership roles with ease and aplomb. Class president, dorm proctor, robotics captain. He engages people and sets them quickly at ease with his easygoing and chatty manner. He is a gifted student in multiple disciplines, trilingual, and easily one of the most talented coders we have seen at Tabor in years. But beyond any role he might inhabit or talents he may enjoy, this student's excellence shines in the example he sets for others. He is the kind of person who will never ask others to do something he is not willing to do himself, as a classmate, a dorm mate, a proctor, a friend. In boarding schools, we often celebrate those who run at the problem rather than run away from it. This student has shown that he does just that, not fearing a difficult conversation or the discomfort of challenging topics. A devoted peer tutor, a connected proctor, a dedicated robotics captain, and above all, a committed friend. He puts his substantial talents and gifts to greater good. Indeed, this guy puts the help in student help desk. For his selflessness, his dedication to community and greater good, and his understated excellence, the Head of Schools Award goes to Jose Suleiman Mansour. The Hamilton Webster Thayer Prize is awarded each year to a student who, in the estimation of the faculty, best represents the ideals of the Academy: love of learning, high achievement, personal responsibility, and care for others. Our winner this year is talented in many ways, both as a student and as an athlete. More impressively, she strives always to be a dedicated community member and an incredible friend. Her gifts in the classroom are many, but it is her empathy and quiet consideration for others that set her apart. It may seem like hyperbole when somebody states that a person always puts the needs of others before their own. And yet, this student's inclination is toward what she can do to help her family, friends, teachers, and coaches. It is a remarkable trait that is often attributed to those whom we fondly remember. To see it in action every day from someone so young makes a strong impression. She approaches school with a zest for learning, and yes, the achievement has been high. Her sense of responsibility is only topped by her concern for others. She brings the persistence and heart of a distance runner to all she does. She has a thoughtfulness and kindness to her that we can all aspire to and sometimes achieve, yet she never turns it off. This year's Hamilton Webster Thayer Prize goes to Isabel Cheney. Congratulations to all our award winners and congratulations to all of our students. As you know, last Friday marked the end to our school year, and I think I heard everyone cheer from across the globe. I'm so proud of the way you, the students, faculty, and parents, not only survived, but thrived in our distance learning mode. You should all be proud of what you have accomplished. I know I am. As I said in my final chapel talk on Thursday, Tabor is still Tabor, just at a distance. With the COVID situation, we have had to see with new eyes, examine what parts of life mean the most to us, and change the lives we used to lead in significant ways. We've been asked to take a journey, a voyage through Zoom classes and asynchronous learning. Our kitchens have become laboratories, our bedrooms, classrooms, our couches, offices. This pandemic has altered our routines in ways that we were not prepared. We've missed our waterfront, our dorm rooms, our classes, our teammates, and our time together this spring. But through it all, we've remained true to our mission, true to ourselves, true to our school. We've remained the Tabor we all know and love. I invite you all to join our vocal ensembles in singing the Tabor alma mater, reminding us that no matter how near or far, we are together across our globe as one community, one Tabor. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate this incredible senior class. Never before has it been so important to hold on to our community, and this class has done just that. From the moment they stepped onto campus in September, they accepted the responsibility to be leaders of this school. They set the tone for a year of kindness, pride in their school, and care for one another. They have achieved at the highest levels, laughed together, cried together, and cheered each other on from the sidelines, their chairs in Hoyt, and their pews in chapel. And yet, even from afar, I can still feel the love and support they have for one another. Theirs may have been a different kind of ending, but indeed, the feelings are all the same. To the graduates today, as each of you is acknowledged in our final recessional video, I hope you feel, truly, just how proud we are of you and of all that you have become. You're now alumni of this great institution, always welcome to come home. Thanks for everything from me, from your peers, from your faculty and staff, and from your school. My deepest appreciation for all that you have given. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Now go and write your next chapter. And don't forget to visit with your teachers in their Zoom rooms following the recessional.